Hey, good morning. 6 minutes after 6 on this Friday morning, the ninth day of January already. And it's kind of slippery out there. If you're planning on walking or driving, there are some slippery spots. After the thaw yesterday and freezing temperatures in the mid-20s, we are at 302 Broadcast Studios. Good idea to be careful. Of course, last Friday it was really cold, talking about the cold weather. Now, January thaw? Who knows? We'll talk with Mark Breen more about that shortly after 7:30 this morning. Meanwhile, glad that you could be with us this morning. Again, be careful if you're walking or traveling this morning. Give yourself a little extra time to reach your destination because there are some slippery spots. We check out the weather, compliments of your friends at Manchester Brook Materials, where they offer crushed stone and ledge products. We will rock you at Manchester Brook Materials. They're in East Drygate and also at 596 Crossroad at Waterford. You can call Darcy at 802-633-4122.
Is part of your property too tough to mow? Or do you need a new driveway or must fix your old one? Ask Manchester Brook Materials for a quote today. Plus for topsoil, erosion stone, riprap, and stay mat. Plus crushed stone products from 3/4 inch plant mix up to 5 inches. Manchester Brook Materials will deliver or load it for you. 6:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. weekdays, 7 a.m. to 12 noon Saturdays, or by appointment. We will rock you with competitive pricing and estimates. Call 802-633-4122.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast for today, mostly cloudy, patchy freezing drizzle possible early, then a rising chance of rain showers afternoon. Highs from the mid-30s to lower 40s, winds variable to south around 5 miles an hour. Tonight, rain likely tapering off late, a few patches of freezing rain possible, areas of fog, low to mid-30s, mostly cloudy on Saturday. Highs from the mid-30s to around 40. I'm meteorologist Lawrence Hayes for WYKR.
Thank you, Lawrence. Again, be careful if you're out this morning walking, or if you are definitely traveling, there could be some areas of black ice. Slippery spots are out there. And there you have it, 8 minutes after 6, an updated look at the weather with temperatures in the low and mid-20s here in the YKR listening area. The updated weather this time around brought to you by Manchester Brook Materials. Call Darcy at 802-633-4122 and line up your projects for the year, as Manchester Brook Materials has 2 convenient locations, serving you from 596 Crossroad, Waterford, and Route 5 North in East Rygate. Hopefully the ski conditions and snowmobile conditions won't deteriorate too much with this meltdown, so to speak, after picking up some snow earlier this week. We'll find out how the New Hampshire snowmobile trails are in just a few minutes, as Joshua Smith chatted with Dan Ingerson, who is the trail master for the Connecticut Valley Snowmobile Club. We'll listen to that here in just a few minutes. But right now, we have a Tom Cuddy Sports Report.
This is different. For the third time in 4 games, the Bruins win. Final score, Bruins 4, Calgary 1. Bruins played well, but goaltender Jonas Korpisalo was exceptional. Best player on the ice, Coach Marco Sturm.
I thought the guys handled it very well. We came out pretty structured the way we wanted to play. And obviously with Corby, especially in the second period, he kept us in the game pretty good.
Marco Sturm, game 1 of the 5-game homestand goes to the Bruins. Sean Corelli, not focused on 4 more games to play.
Yeah, I think last time we tried to look at this homestand as a 5-game homestand, and it doesn't work like that. I think, it goes back to trying to win a bunch of games in one night. We got to beat it. I don't mean to be cliche with it, but let's start with New York at 1 o'clock on Saturday. It's a big game, and try and get play as well as we can and get some points and get away.
Sean Corelli, Bruins 4, Calgary 1, Rangers at the Garden tomorrow.
4-wheeling in the mud. That's what country sounds like. Make our country your country. Your first choice for country and more. 101.3 W.
Eric Church hands the time. 16 minutes after 6 on a Friday. Today is the 9th day of January already. And it's kind of slippery out there. Careful if you're walking. Take care of those pets. They kind of slip around too. And if you're driving, that's important as well. There is some black ice in some areas, so give yourself some extra time as you head out this morning. Glad you could be with us. Steve and John, right up until 9 o'clock this morning. A lot of different folks we'll be chatting with or listening to conversations we've had recently. Do want to remind you there's going to be a craft fair coming up on Saturday, January 17th. It'll be from 9 to 3 as part of the Town of Haverhill and the Parks and Recreation, and that'll be at the Clifford Memorial Building at 65 Court Street in Woodsville. We'll have more information on that as we draw closer. That's Saturday, January 17th, the craft fair at the Clifford Memorial Building in Woodsville. We'll be checking out the weather momentarily, but first these.
Hi, it's Chelsea from Wise, and this is our 10th year producing Wise Words. Today, Taylor, a junior from Lebanon High School, is sharing Wise Words.
What we say to each other, and about ourselves shape the world we live in. When we make fun of other people or bond over teasing classmates, we might think it's not a big deal, but it hurts. And once it's out there, we can't take it back. Our voices matter. We can call out mean comments and choose not to laugh at jokes that humiliate other people. We can notice when someone is being harassed and stand by their side. We can stop making excuses for bad behavior, and we can actively challenge violent comments. We can listen when someone tells us that something's happening and they need help. Ending violence starts here with us. What are some of the things you can do to start?
These Wise Words are supported by the Hypertherm Hope Foundation, a proud sponsor of Wise and our goal to end violence, share hope, and change lives.
Good morning, 18 minutes after 6. Temps in the low and mid-20s, creeping up to above the freezing mark again today. Let's check it out. It's the morning drive weather. It's from the Fairbanks Museum and brought to you by Wells River Chevrolet, which is part of the Autosaver Group, and that is a really big deal, as in the Autosaver Group's Big Deal Plus. That comes at no charge with the purchase or lease of every new or used vehicle.
Hi, this is Grace from the Autosaver Group's Wells River Chevrolet. Chevy has some really great vehicles like the sporty and affordable Trax, Trailblazer, and Equinox. We have the third row Traverse, the Tahoe, and of course the Chevy Silverado. Wells River Chevy. We also have the all-electric Blazer, Equinox, and Silverado EVs. We have something for everyone, and they all come with a Big Deal Plus. Stop by or shop online anytime at wellsriverchevy.com. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast for today, mostly cloudy, patchy freezing drizzle possible early, then a rising chance of rain showers afternoon. Highs from the mid-30s to lower 40s, winds variable to south around 5 miles an hour. Tonight, rain likely tapering off late, a few patches of freezing rain possible, areas of fog, low to mid-30s, mostly cloudy on Saturday. Highs from the mid-30s to around 40. I'm meteorologist Lawrence Hayes for WYKR.
All right, Lawrence, thank you very much. Approaching 20 minutes after 6. By the way, there is some areas of fog as well, so all those things could make it a little difficult with your commute this morning. So, again, give yourself some time as you head out to reach your destination. Updated weather brought to you by Wells River Chevrolet, part of the Autosaver Group. Same great people, same great experience, and now the Big Deal Plus. They're on the web at wellsriverchevy.com. And Ted Cooper will join us this morning at about 7:45, bi-weekly update from the showroom floor at Wells River Chevrolet. Coming up, a snowmobile report. We'll find out how the trail conditions are in New Hampshire right after this.
Is your current propane provider out of state, hard to reach, or has closed their office to the public? It might be time for a change. At Thompson Fuels, we are the community's local choice for propane and heating oil. When you call or stop by our Bradford office, you get to speak to a real person. No call centers, no 4-hour wait time. Call or stop by today to join hundreds of your neighbors who have switched to Thompson Fuels for this heating season. We'll get you switched over to Thompson fast. Visit us today at thompsonfuels.com.
All right, and we're happy to have with us Dan Ingerson, who is part of the Connecticut Valley Snowmobile Club, who's going to be talking to us about the New Hampshire side of things on the trail report. Dan, how you doing?
Pretty good.
And I caught you in the middle of, you're out trying to repair a groomer, is that correct?
Yeah, we're on our way out to Club Trail 6 to pick up the Bombardier, which stopped on me yesterday afternoon.
Oh, jeez. And so how are the trails looking right now?
Well, we needed the snow that came the other day. Trails are setting up great. People are out riding and ripping them up, making it harder for us to keep the base compacted.
Do you have any miles that are all the trails open now, or do you have some that are still not open yet?
So Connecticut Valley trails are all open, and it starts from Bath, New Hampshire at the Covered Bridge, and we go all the way to Glencliff. That's quarter 5. And then our secondary trails is 108. It starts from Aldridge's, and it loops all the way up to the power line out by Briar Hill. And from there, you can zip down, still on 108, down to Quarter 5, which is next to the Jehovah Church in Bath, New Hampshire. Our other trail is 42, out behind Blackmount or United Ag, and it snakes over to 108.
Okay, yeah. Any cautions that riders should be aware of?
It's still spring season riding. Watch out for ice is the major thing, and stumps and rocks.
Right, and
stay on the trail.
What do you have for thickness now on the trail? How much snow do we have? Snowpack do you have now?
Snowpack is 3 inches.
Okay.
If that.
So still be careful. Good. And remind people too, Dan, you guys are having you have something coming up next month as well, correct?
We do. We have 2 events next month. February 15th, 9 o'clock is our registration. It's our annual poker run, radar run. We're trying to get a New Hampshire permit so everybody can ride on our loop trail that we have open. The permit covers all non-registered machines in-state and out-of-state. So if everybody in Vermont wants to come over and try our little loop we have, that works there. Our radar run is 500 feet, and top prize for the fastest run is $100.
Oh wow! Okay.
So we try to promote that, and then our second event, which is February 21st, is our second annual Clunker Sled Classic, which is a cross-country style vintage race, and it's going to be held at Bear Ridge Speedway. We take a quarter-mile dirt track, and we put 0.4 of a mile track on top of that. And that starts, gates open at 7, green flag at 10:30 till when we get done.
Okay.
We also have a food truck coming. His name is Good Times LLC, Jake Carter. If anybody knows him, he's going to be at the track doing the food this year.
Oh, fun! All right, it sounds delicious. And I remember you were on the radio last year, kind of talking about the Clunker Sled Classic too, and it turned out to end up having a lot of good snow.
We did up there. The track's at a nice high elevation that it holds the snow. I haven't been up there this year, but I bet there's some snow up there.
Okay, good, excellent. And let's chat it. Let's check in again in a couple of weeks to see what the snowmobiles are looking like and what the trails look like over at the Connecticut Valley Snowmobile Club.
Yep, sounds good.
Perfect. All right, then so we're talking to Dan Ingerson, who is a part of the Connecticut Valley Snowmobile Club, just letting us know what the trails are looking like over in the New Hampshire side. Thank you so much, Dan.
Thank you.
Anything better than sitting on the porch sharing a six-pack? Would be a song about sitting on a porch sharing a six-pack. You listening, Miranda? Thanks for listening to WYKR Country.
Carly Pierce, that's Chuck on Fire. Hey, we're 29 minutes after 6, and it's chilly out there, but it's going to be warming up today. Temperatures could be breaking 40 degrees, possibly. We'll have more details on that momentarily. We'll take a break, check out the forecast, and then even more details coming up in just over an hour, shortly after 7:30. Right after the birthdays and the anniversaries, we'll be chatting with Mark Breen at the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury.
Hi, I'm Lori Riggy, Commercial Loan Specialist at Wells River Savings Bank. What makes a good bank? For some, it's convenience. For others, it's trust. At Wells River Savings Bank, you don't have to choose. For over 130 years, we've been more than just a bank. We've been your neighbors. We know our customers by name and care about the things that matter most to them. From supporting local youth sports and community projects to helping families and small businesses grow, every dollar that stays local helps our communities thrive. Because a mutual community bank like ours, your deposits don't just sit in an account. They go back into the community to make a real difference. Wells River Savings Bank, where community comes first and financial success follows. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
It's exactly 6:30. Checking out the forecast now for all of Northeast Vermont, Northwest New Hampshire, the Upper Connecticut River Valley, being brought to you by St. Johnsbury Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, which is part of the Auto Saver Group. Every deal comes with a big deal plus. And, of course, that's a 2-year unlimited schedule maintenance plan, which includes free state inspections for life. They're online at stjohnsburycdjr.com at 200 Memorial Drive in St. Johnsbury.
So where's the big deal? Holy schmoly, it's Matt LeCaire from the Auto Saver Group, St. Johnsbury Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Now is the time to get into a brand new Jeep during the Start Something New sales event. Right now at St. Johnsbury Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, drive a brand new 2026 Jeep Compass Limited, lease it for just $359 per month for 39 months with zero money down. That's right, zero down on a Compass Limited packed with premium features, advanced safety, technology, and legendary Jeep capability built to handle Vermont roads with confidence. You'll find St. Johnsbury Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram just over the railroad tracks in St. Johnsbury, Vermont. Easy to find and worth the trip. Stop in today or visit us online and take advantage of this exceptional lease on a 2026 Jeep Compass Limited for just $359 per month with zero down.
Lease for stock number SJJ 26002. 10,000 miles per year, 32,500 total miles. 30 cents per mile over. Tax, title, registration extra. Must have current Stellantis brand lease. First payment due at signing.
St. Johnsbury Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, where Vermont comes to drive.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast for today, mostly cloudy, patchy freezing drizzle possible early, then a rising chance of rain showers afternoon. Highs from the mid-30s to lower 40s, winds variable to south around 5 miles an hour. Tonight, rain likely tapering off late, a few patches of freezing rain possible, areas of fog, low to mid-30s, mostly cloudy on Saturday. Highs from the mid-30s to around 40. I'm meteorologist Lawrence Hayes for WYKR.
And there you have it. Thanks, Lawrence. Coming up in an hour or so, though, we'll be chatting with the Fairbanks Museum via telephone. Mark Breen will be updating you as to what's been happening with the weather and what's going on. Paul Ordway standing by. We'll be chatting with him momentarily and find out what's going on at PTO's repair. But meanwhile, this weather is brought to you by St. Johnsbury Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, which is part of the Auto Saver Group. And they are at 200 Memorial Drive in St. Johnsbury. I'm sure you tell them you heard them on the radio. All right, we hear Paul on the radio each and every Friday during the winter months, shortly after 6:30. How you doing?
Good, very good. Good morning.
Yeah, good to have you along here with us. Boy, I assume you've been busy with the weather the way it's been.
Oh, yes. Yeah, we've had plows breaking, sanders breaking, hoses, it's just wear and tear items.
Yeah, part of what goes along with it. All right, so this time of the year kind of goes back and forth. We had some really cold temperatures during the month of December and a little bit of snow. So the plows have been worked and the sanders have been worked pretty good so far, haven't they?
Oh, they have. Some people, we're still putting harnesses in the trucks and getting their sanders going for the year.
Yeah.
So, they've got one, but they may add, or they may even have two, but they wanted to get the extra one going because of the sander usage that we've been going through here lately. So if they had another one on the lot, they wanted to get that in the truck and get that one going also. So it's been a little busy and some breakdowns. Most people have made it through the plowing here that we've had this week, and some have came up and we fixed them up and got them going again, so they're ready for the next one.
Sure. So you're at a new location right there on Route 5 in Fairleigh. What are your hours there now, Paul?
We are 8 to 5 Monday to Friday and 8 to noon on Saturdays.
Right. New location, as we said, Route 5, kind of near Farmer Hodges, as people remember Farmer Hodges roadside stand and everything.
Just a little north of them. I tell everybody if you're coming up Route 5 and you go past Farmer Hodges, where the last building on the right, if you get into the Fairleigh Ledges, you've gone too far. Turn around and come back.
There you go. And you're, 3.6 miles south of the traffic light in Bradford?
Correct. So we're in Fairleigh, but it's not that far. It's working out well.
Yeah. New pickups, all changes and stuff like that. People need to be aware of that if they have a plow currently, but they're thinking about trading. Are there things that happen?
Well, yeah, you got to make sure that the plow you have can go onto your new truck, and you can go on officialplows.com, and top right you'll see a box that says E-Match, click on that, and then a box will say what snowplows fit my truck, and you click on that and keep going and answer all the questions of what your truck is that you're thinking about buying or you already purchased, and enter all the information, and it'll give you choices of what plows are legal to put on that truck. So if one of yours is shown in those pictures, then you're good to go.
Yeah. I suppose it depends on how much they use, but snowplows have a life expectancy?
Commercially, 4 years, 5 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they get really hammered. Some have gone too far. Got a gentleman in does a lot of work over in Bethel and Randolph way, and he's got some 15s and stuff. And we've talked the other day about it's time to replace a couple of them. They're really worn out, and, loose everywhere, and you just can't fix that. So he's going to put it on his wish list to get a couple new ones in the spring and be ready for the next fall.
Yeah, don't want to be out there if you got a bunch of driveways and break down, that's for sure.
No.
Yeah. The snowplows, the new snowplows with the V's, I see a lot of those versus just the old square.
The old bait blades.
Yeah, whatever you call them. It seems like a lot of the bigger trucks are carrying those V plows now.
Yeah, because of the versatility of them. If you're doing a long driveway, you can put them in V, and you have control of the truck. It's not pushing the truck around. You can get the driveway opened up and then push it, then put it around into a straight blade or whatever, and push the banks back. If you got a bigger parking lot, you can put them what we call scoop, and you can carry snow and pile snow across the driveway. You're not chasing it, and there's pros and cons to them all. And then we have the new XRS that is a straight blade with a wing that's already a wing on each end. It's already into scoop mode when it's straight, and then when you angle it to the left wing will come back straight in line with the plow, and the right wing will stay cocked over it to help hold the snow in and not let it go out that end. And it's pretty cool. And then, of course, we have the XLS, who has hydraulic wings that you can run independently. You can become a big pusher, or you can become a straight blade.
Okay. Now, there's something you wish that they would come out with, but they haven't yet.
Yeah, it's a one-way power angle plow for our towns and our commercial stuff. We have more and more contractors doing town roads, and that would be great. It's what we call a one-way plow. It's small on one end and bigger on the other. You'll see them on town trucks, the bigger ones, and this is smaller, and it's got cylinders on it so it can angle, so they can help clean up the ends of the roads with this easier for the towns or a contractor. And they still haven't come out with it. I don't know what's going on. There's, 2 manufacturers out there now with it, and I think we could compete with those and have something for our commercial people or our municipalities.
So these are made for the smaller dump trucks that are like dualies?
Yeah, the 550s or whatever.
Okay.
It's like a 9-foot or maybe even a 10-foot. There was a company that made them a few years ago, and they went out of business.
Yeah.
And they went on to a Fisher headgear, but I don't know. Fisher bought the company, and I don't know what happened to the plans, and I've been asking, and I'll ask again some more.
Of course, there you go. Well, you've been doing this a long time as the authorized dealer right there in Fairleigh. I mean, you've been doing this over 20 years now.
Correct.
So you think they'd listen to Paul Ordway?
I'm just a little guy.
Oh, boy.
These bigger engineers, they don't see it. They don't see a call for it, but there's only 2 companies out there still going that I know of that make it, and we already bought a company who had the design, so why can't we dig that up, make some changes, and make it work?
Keep going. Well.
I'll ask again and again and again.
All right, well, keep us updated.
They keep asking us, what would you like to see? And I keep telling them, and I don't know. We'll see.
Well, maybe you could ask them why.
Yeah. That'll be why. Why can't you listen to me?
All right, new location, 2320 Route 5 in Fairleigh. Easy to find, just 3.5 or so miles south of the traffic light in Bradford. Final comments this morning.
Please be careful out there. We're going to be going for some icy spots, and then warming up into possible rain, and then I guess back into some icy spots tomorrow morning. So just be careful, be aware. Some of the state highways and some of your town highways still have some ice on the edge of the road.
They do.
Be careful when you hit that. It can surprise you a little bit, and you can overreact to the ice and make yourself worse. So be careful. Drive careful out there, and give yourself some room.
Yep, good words. All right, well, stay safe, Paul. We'll chat with you next Friday.
Alrighty. Have a good weekend.
Thank you. Paul Ordway, owner of PTO's Repair, along with his wife, Kim, doing a great job at their new location. 6:41, Steve and John Friends take you up to 9 o'clock this morning. Conversation I had yesterday, as a matter of fact, with Bob Yaroshevich, owner of Wild Vermont Customs, Wise Enterprises. We'll be listening to that here in just a moment, but we're going to be taking a break and find out what is happening with the weather as we keep you updated 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Compliments of our many sponsors and our meteorologists at the Fairbanks Museum. This time around being brought to you by Chief Crushing and Excavation. They are fully insured. They do offer land clearing services as well as many, many other things. And you can find out what those are by calling Chief. Do it today here in Vermont at 802-584-3868.
Chief Crushing and Excavation, with plenty of products available that can be delivered to you from one of their many nearby Vermont or New Hampshire locations. Products available include sand for septic systems, crushed gravel, topsoil, clay fill, stay mat, ledge, and specialty items such as blue ledge and gravel. Excavation and land clearing services are also available. Chief Crushing and Excavation is fully insured and has the knowledge, know-how, and equipment to get the job done right for you. For quarry operating hours, pricing, and directions, call Chief Crushing and Excavation at 802-584-3868.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast for today, mostly cloudy, patchy freezing drizzle possible early, then a rising chance of rain showers afternoon. Highs from the mid-30s to lower 40s, winds variable to south around 5 miles an hour. Tonight, rain likely tapering off late, a few patches of freezing rain possible, areas of fog, low to mid-30s, mostly cloudy on Saturday. Highs from the mid-30s to around 40. I'm meteorologist Lawrence Hayes for WYKR.
All right, thank you. As we hit 6:43 on this 9th day of January 2026. Temperatures both sides of 20 degrees as we speak. There are some slippery spots out there, including some fog. Kind of hazy in some of those areas, so be careful driving this morning. Compliments of Chief Crushing and Excavation. They have plenty of aggregate needs that include the sand, gravel, topsoil, clay fill, stay mat, ledge, and specialty items. Be sure to call Chief at 802-584-3868 and find out what they have to offer you in 2026.
Four-wheeling in the mud. That's what country sounds like. Make our country your country. Your first choice for country and more.
And good morning to you, Blake Shelton. It's 6:47, 21 degrees, heading for the 40-45 degree mark. It'll be freezing up this weekend, so if you got some ice and snow you need to get rid of in some of those problem areas, when it warms up today, might be a good idea to get out there and get it done. Coming up in a minute, a conversation that I had yesterday with Bob Yaroshevich of Wild Vermont Customs.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-8695. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-575-8695. That's 800-575-8695.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Again, Bob Yaroshevich is joining us after taking a hiatus, whatever you call it, for the last month or so. Gabe pinch hitting for you, doing a great job too, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. I've been busy, and it's good that he's getting used to doing this and kind of taking over for me. So
that's a great job. Yeah. It's because he hangs around with you all the time. He knows what's going on.
He does.
Because he came in the last time. Well, every time he comes in, there's no notes. We just kind of talk about what's going on at Wild Vermont Customs. So you can give us an update. Here we are pushing the middle of January 2026 already. So projects in advance of spring might include what for you guys?
Powder coating rims for people. We've got a couple coming through that are kind of late Christmas presents, but that's okay.
That's all right.
But they're coming through, doing some restoration work on some things.
Anything that can be done to a certain degree in the off season should be done now. I mean, you can do it during the season, but you hate to have your motorcycle or your classic car or whatever the case may be tied up when you'd rather have it out.
Exactly. So that's the good stuff to get in now. If you've got a motorcycle project, if you've got a hydro dipping stuff that you want parts in your car dipped, that your car's up off the road for the winter, now's the time to get all that stuff done. We really don't like to do that stuff when you want to use your motorcycle or use your car because we don't like to rush stuff through.
So Gabe was mentioning you took care of, I believe it was a lady. She had a truck that had some really big tires, and your tire machine took care of it. Tire changing.
Oh
machine.
yeah. The new tire machine does an amazing job. We've done a few kind of oddball ones that some other guys didn't want to try to take off, so it works well.
So you could do motorcycle tires.
We can do motorcycle tires,
tractor tires, ATV tires, wheelbarrow tires.
Yeah, we can do down to like front tires, even on lawn tractors, up to 50-inch mud tires.
All right. What if I have some rims that I don't want messed up?
We can take care of that.
You can do it.
We've got
some
soft
people
touch.
got some expensive rims,
Yeah.
right? And then we get some new fancy rubber on those things. You can take care of that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know. All right. So it's convenient right here in Rygate Corner, East Rygate, where you're located?
It is. We've been on the road a bunch for Wise Enterprises, so it's been a little tough kind of getting customer timing to meet up with customers and get stuff in and out. But, we're kind of got to the point where I try to leave one person in the shop now and two of us go on the road unless it's a really big thing where we know we need, 3 sets of hands.
Yeah. Okay. People might have had some gift cards, gift certificates. You're taking care of some of that stuff in the new year, I hope.
Yep, that would be the time. Get them in.
Okay.
Let's use them up.
Okay. And as we are talking here, Bob's expecting a delivery of some stuff for your Wise Enterprises because that's more industrial versus Wild Vermont Customs.
It is. We just got a contract for a guy that's going to be the largest chestnut producer on the East Coast.
Yeah.
Like 20,000 trees he's got planted.
That's amazing.
He expects to be handling about 500,000 pounds of chestnuts when they're all producing at full production.
So what do they do with chestnuts?
So we're building all the equipment to process chestnuts, from the initial sorting and cleaning to sizing to drying, to turning it into flour. So a lot of people don't know that way back the Indians, a majority of the Indians' bread was made from chestnuts. It wasn't made from grains.
Yeah.
So his farm is called Bread Tree Farm because they kind of consider a chestnut tree the bread tree.
I see. Okay, so you'll continue to give us updates in regards to what's happening at Wise Enterprises because that's more the commercial part of your business.
It is.
Wild Vermont Customs is more probably for the people listening right now.
It is for sure, but there's certainly things that cross over.
Sure. Okay. All right, so we're heading towards spring. Anything, maybe pictures or anything, projects you've done that you've posted in the late 2025 or as we speak that people might see at Facebook?
Honestly, I've been very bad about posting.
Well, you've been busy.
Because we've been so busy.
Yeah, okay.
So there's not a lot of new stuff posted. We've kind of been putting stuff out the door, and then I'm like, hey, I never took pictures.
Mm-hmm. And you're still doing some motorcycle stuff.
We're still doing some motorcycle stuff for sure. We've got one sitting on lift for me whenever I get to work on it, but we've got a lift dedicated for long-term projects for us.
Okay.
So that one's sitting on there. hopefully I'll get that to a point where we can start showing some pictures.
Yeah. So if our listeners think they have an offbeat idea, run it by you, Gabe, and Jasper, and quite possibly you'll come up with something.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely do a lot of odd stuff. We're going to have pictures in the spring. We're doing I don't know what you'd actually call it, but it's a bunch of ironwork that came out of New Orleans, you know, for like they put on their porch faces and stuff.
Okay.
We're restoring a whole section of it, and we're going to put it on a lady's house up here in Peacham.
Okay. Well, maybe pictures eventually?
Hopefully I'll remember.
Maybe some pictures now because it's raw, and maybe the finished piece.
Yeah, it's kind of rough now, so definitely we'll send some before and afters of that.
So if our listeners need to contact you, the best way to do it, Bob?
Message me on Facebook to get it started. That's usually the fastest way.
And Wild Vermont Customs.
Yes.
Okay, good. So hopefully we'll see you in a couple of weeks. If not, Gabe will be pinch hitting.
Someone will be here.
All right, Wild Vermont Customs and the Wise Enterprises. We had a bi-weekly check-in from either Bob or Gabe Yaroshevich. See you in a couple?
We'll see you.
It is 4 minutes after 7. Thanks for being with us this morning. Certainly appreciate it here at your country. WYKR Haverhill, WTWN Wells River, and W286DE Wells River, 105.1 FM. Stephen, John, and friends, another couple. We take it to 9 o'clock news and information. Conversation ahead actually yesterday. Laura Shrewsbury at Riverbend Career Technical Center. We'll be listening to that in just a few minutes. And also Trash Talk. Talked with Neil Robie earlier this week. Owner of Pete's Rubbish Removal. We'll listen to that conversation before 7:30 as well. Right now, though, updating you on the weather as we head into the weekends, being brought to you by Crosstown Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat in Littleton, home of the Big Deal. At Crosstown Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat, located on Route 302 in Littleton, the veteran sales professionals are passionate about helping customers find the right vehicle that fits their needs. Due to their knowledgeable and experienced sales representatives who are always happy to help, they've been nominated several times for Chrysler Dealer of the Year, earned multiple FCA Pantaster Club Awards, and are the recipient of the Customer First Award for Excellence, years 2018 through 2023. At Crosstown Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat, they continue to hold themselves to the highest standards of training and maintain manufacturer certification in order to serve their customers the best quality of customer service. Crosstown Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat, located on Route 302 in Littleton.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast for today, mostly cloudy, patchy freezing drizzle possible early, then a rising chance of rain showers afternoon. Highs from the mid-30s to lower 40s, winds variable to south around 5 miles an hour. Tonight, rain likely tapering off late, a few patches of freezing rain possible, areas of fog, low to mid-30s, mostly cloudy on Saturday. Highs from the mid-30s to around 40. I'm meteorologist Lawrence Hayes for WYKR.
Lawrence, thank you very much. Coming up shortly after 7:30, right after birthdays and anniversaries, we'll be chatting with Mark Breen, head meteorologist at the Fairbanks Museum. Lawrence Hayes, current meteorologist, with the update. Compliments of your friends at Crosstown Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat in Littleton, home of the Big Deal. Stop in, check it out sometime soon, see what they have to offer you. The Patriots, big game coming up this weekend. Let's find out how important with Tom Cuddy.
Patriots and Chargers playoff 8 o'clock Sunday at Gillette. The game features two elite quarterbacks, the Chargers' Justin Herbert and the Patriots' Drake May. This is Patriots linebacker Robert Spillane on the Chargers' star quarterback.
They want to run the ball. We want to run the ball. They want to stop the run. We want to stop the run. They want to get a win. We want to get a win. So there are a lot of similarities in that sense, but at the end of the day, it'll be a great test. He can do it all. He can put the ball anywhere he wants to on the field. He's got great legs under him. He can escape the pocket, and that's oftentimes when he's most dangerous. So challenge ahead of us.
Robert Spillane, we all know all we need to know about the Patriots' star quarterback.
Trust what you've been doing, trust the preparation you've been doing all season, and trust your coaches, your teammates around you, and just go out there, have fun, and it's playoff football. So you got to bring your best, and everybody knows that. So that's the kind of expectation, and just trying to live up that, and just trying to be myself.
Drake May, Patriots Chargers, Sunday
at Gillette. Winning a prize for your best.
Last night, Morgan Wallen here at 11 minutes after 7 at Your Country, WYKR. We start the whole year, brand new year off, 2026, as we have for many, many years, chatting every couple of weeks with the teachers, the instructors at Riverbank Career and Technical Center in Bradford. Laura Shrewsbury Pichette, is that correct? Did I say that right?
That is correct.
All right, close enough, right? All right, Laura. We've been chatting. How many years have you been there?
So I've been here since 2019,
Okay.
so
All right, good.
5-ish, yes.
So has your responsibility always been the teacher education instructor?
Yes, so I have kind of two roles,
All
three
right.
roles, I'm not really sure. In the morning I teach the teacher education program, and then in the afternoon I help with curriculum work with the instructors and with math intervention and integration within our program. So I get to work with all of the kids across the center, which I really enjoy.
You have a busy day at Riverbend, it sounds like.
I do. It's fun.
That's
busy,
good to hear.
chaotic.
All right.
But
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Laura, so give us an update in regards to teacher education.
So teacher education. So we're not just a program for kids who want to be teachers. So we have students, anyone who is interested in working with children and families in any capacity. So we have students who want to be speech language pathologists. We have teachers, kids who want to be school counselors or mental health counselors, a few social workers. We have students that have interest in child life specialists or child development, and then we do have kids that want to be teachers or special educators in the future. So we really have a wide variety of interests and options for students. Right now, we are studying child development, so we take 2 CCV courses throughout the year, and right now we're finishing up child development, and then we're going to move into fostering creative learning. So students we take that curriculum and I focus in on their individual interests for their future career interests as well.
Okay.
So it's really great. We work through a curriculum called Educators Rising, where we learn a lot how schools and school districts work, how to work with kids, how to understand special needs and diverse abilities. We look at, right now we're talking about school policy and state policy and federal policy, so kids really get a whole picture of how the education system works and all the roles within the education system. So if kids don't want to be a teacher, they may say like, oh, I really want to be I really think I want to go into administration. So we have a wide view of things and career options for them here at Riverbend.
Really broad.
Yeah, it's great. And one of the things that I love about Riverbend is we have the opportunity to spend time right now we're spending every Friday at Bradford Elementary, and students I've been putting them in certain classrooms for 2 weeks at a time, and they get to explore all the different grade levels, all the different roles within the elementary school. They found out which grades they love to work with and which ones they don't love to work with, so it's a good experience for them. And starting in January, they'll choose not necessarily Bradford Elementary, but they can go to any elementary school or any place where they can spend 2 days a week doing observations with just learning about kids, learning about different roles, learning about different jobs.
Huh.
So
I have
really good experience.
Yeah, I have a granddaughter that's graduated from college who actually went for education. So I've heard stories similar to what you just gave us, Laura, directly from her.
Yeah, and it's nice to do that during high school because you realize, oh, maybe I don't want to. You go to college thinking you want to be an elementary school teacher, maybe not necessarily have been spent some time in an elementary school. So doing it here at Riverbend is wonderful because you kind of know what you want to do when you go to college before you sign up for it.
Her dynamic changed a little bit over the years. She thought she wanted to be teaching this level, but no, after getting a taste of it, I don't think so, she said. So anyway.
That happens.
Interesting.
For sure.
All right. So did you teach something else before you got into the teacher education part of it at Riverbend?
I did. I taught, I was a math teacher at Oxbow for about 14 years.
Okay.
I taught in Massachusetts for a few years, and I moved up and taught Freshman math mostly.
Okay, good.
For a very long time, and then
Excellent.
I transitioned to Riverbend.
And how many students in your class then?
Right now I have 8.
Right.
Mostly I have juniors and seniors at the same time. I lose a lot of I have a lot of students that move on to early college, which is great. But so I do tend to have a smaller class. Some years I have 15, some years I have 8, some years I had 7. So it really varies from year to year.
All right. So at the beginning of our conversation, we introduced Laura. We also mentioned we're into the new year, as everybody knows now, 2026. That also means that Riverbend is heading into the recruiting season. So give us an update.
Oh, we are.
Yeah.
So our 5 sending schools, plus anyone interested who is homeschooled or goes to other surrounding schools can sign up for visits, and our visits are starting in early February this year. So we have students from BMU, Oxbow, Rivendell, Thetford, and Woodsville, some from LI, and anyone who's interested from homeschooling can contact Catherine Shabanian, and her email can be found on our website to come and join us for our visit. So we'll have students come in and they choose 2 programs to visit, and they get to spend some time with us to see if the program is a good fit. After they visit, they are invited to fill out an application. So our application can be found on the Riverbend website, and you'll see like a little red application button, and you just click on that and submit that. We are taking students who are current 10th graders in order to come into our programming, but they can reach out to Catherine or their school counselor if they have any questions. So we're looking forward. That's always a crazy week.
Oh, boy.
Because we just have so many kids in and out of the tech center, but it is really amazing to see them interact with our current students. And it's really good to meet new possible potential students. So we're very excited to get that up and going.
Right there at Riverbend Career and Technical Center in Bradford. Laura Shrewsbury-Pichette has been with us, teacher education instructor, also the curriculum coordinator, and also math integration. She is so busy at Riverbend. If our listeners have any questions, as Laura just said, reach out to them via the website or just give them a call at 222-5212. All right, back to your busy schedule. Thanks for your time today, Laura.
Thank you so much for having me.
No problem. Have a great day.
You too.
So where's the big deal? Holy schmoly, it's Matt LeCuyer from the Autosaver Group, St. Johnsbury Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. It's the Start Something New sales event, and if you've been waiting for the perfect time to get into a brand new truck, your wait is officially over. Right now, you can lease a brand new 2026 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab for just $479 per month for 39 months with 0 money down. That's right, no money down, and you're driving one of the toughest, most capable, full-size trucks on the road. With legendary Ram power, premium comfort, and head-turning Bighorn style, this truck is built to handle Vermont and New Hampshire's toughest roads and look good doing it. But don't wait, these Ram 1500 Bighorns are moving fast during the Start Something New sales event. Come see us today on Memorial Drive in St. Johnsbury, Vermont, just past the railroad tracks, or check us out online at stjohnsburycdjr.com.
Stock number SJR 26078. 10,000 miles per year, 32,500 total miles. 30 cents per mile over. Tax, title fees, and registration extra. Must have a Stellantis brand lease and household to qualify. First payment due at signing.
St. Johnsbury Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, where Vermont drives Ram tough.
19 minutes after 7. It's a Friday. Today's the 9th day of January. And we're warming up as we speak. We're down around 20 an hour or so ago. Jumped up to the mid-20s, heading for the mid-40s today. All right, let's take a more in-detailed look at the weather. It's being brought to you this time around by Woodsville Power Equipment. They are located at 4942 Dartmouth College Highway, right there in Woodsville. Adding Milwaukee equipment to the lineup just a few months ago. And they have their sales, their service, parts, repairs, rental equipment, and Bobcat of Woodsville on the lot as we speak as well. Woodsville Power Equipment bringing you the weekend weather. At Bobcat of Woodsville, they'll help you dig for success with a variety of Bobcat equipment, plus attachments, accessories, and replacement parts, including tires, tracks, filters, and lubricants, all backed by factory-authorized service that you can depend on. Bobcat of Woodsville understands that you rely on your equipment for your livelihood and success. Make Bobcat of Woodsville work for you. Visit Bobcat of Woodsville, 4942 Dartmouth College Highway.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast: valley fog will thin, a little sun, then thickening clouds, showers developing this afternoon. Breezy and mild, highs in the 40s, winds gusting over 35 miles per hour. Tonight, evening rain showers will end, some clearing late, lows in the upper 20s to near 30. Saturday, some morning sun, then thickening clouds, highs in the 30s. I'm meteorologist Mark Breen for WYKR.
Hey, thank you, Mark. Temperatures right now heading towards the mid-20s, mid-40s for highs today. Updated weather this time around brought to you by Woodsville Power Equipment. You need to stop in sometime soon, see what they have, or give them a call, 603-747-2322. And before you know it, spring will be here, so if you have equipment that needs to be fixed or you need to get some brand new stuff, they can help you out at Woodsville Power Equipment. Sure. All right, here we go. We're going to take a few minutes, chat with Pete's Rubbish Removal, something we started a few months ago, find out how things are going in the rubbish industry. This is Trash Talk, by the way. How you doing, Neil?
Doing well. Good morning.
Of course, Neil Robie is the owner and has been for how many years now?
It's 21 years we're rolling into.
Wow, really? Mm-hmm. Oh, my gosh. You got some cool stories then.
Yeah, a few we could share.
All right. All right, so your drivers keeping the trucks on the road this snowy, icy, cold winter season so far?
Yeah, we obviously started out with a pretty cold, start to the winter, but the boys have been putting the chains on,
Yeah, I see that.
and knock on wood, we're staying safe and staying on the tires and staying on our feet. So
Right.
no, so far so good.
What's the biggest thing they do have to deal with then when they're backing into driveways, whether it be business or just your homeowner?
I mean, a lot of it, and not excluding where we are here this morning, is for us to be able to back into service a dumpster, is we have to nose across the road. And
Yeah.
so obviously we're looking at the traffic behind us, the traffic in front of us. And, and I just caution, if you're on the road, look out for us, watch. If we're slowing down, we're going to have our flashers on, but look for us when we back up. That truck has a lot of swing to it, right? In the front and the back. And so I know you're in a hurry, but don't try to sneak around us when we're backing up, because when we back up, right, we cover a little bit more space than we do when we're
Well, remember those big trucks, if they got the big mirrors, your big trucks, if you can't see the car behind you, even though there's one there, then you're too close.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Right. And if you see the truck slowing down a little bit, usually they're going to making a back.
Yep.
They're gonna usually back in, I assume.
Yep, that's what we have to do, is back into 95% of the driveways where we have dumpsters, and most everybody's pretty good and cognizant of of what we're doing. But I understand everybody's in a hurry, but just give us a little space.
Right. So when you say you're talking about your drivers. Do you have two on every truck?
No, sometimes this time. I mean, historically, this is our slower time of the year, so we spend a lot of this doing training. So oftentimes in December, January, and even into February, we'll try to double up. I can't do it every day, but when we can, we do. In the summertime, they're mostly solo.
Okay. Yeah. Employees? Are you looking for some drivers? I know for a while
yeah,
they were pushing for the CDL thing.
Yeah, we've I'm always taking applications. Right now we have a really good crew, and I actually think we kind of broadcasted that for a couple months here, and it's been fruitful. Have some really good new guys coming in, and we've got actually a guy training today.
Okay.
Pretty happy with the team we have right now today.
Talking with Neil Robie, owner of Pete's Rubbish Removal. We call this Trash Talk. Once a month we get together and find out what's going on. Talking about Pete's a little bit, you said 21 years.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that people historically don't know about Pete's that you'd like them to know, maybe?
I mean, we are the oldest trash company in the state of New Hampshire that's permitted. So
No kidding.
Yeah, so Pete started in 57. When I took over I started in 2005, and Pete and Arlene were still helping out quite a bit. They were kind of in the phasing out phase at that point, and I wasn't sure what the future would hold at that point. You know what I mean? But no, we had a lot of fun. One of the things that we talked about a little before, and I thought that's kind of interesting, is people call all the time, and our customers, and they're like, "Hey, can you hook me up with the Pete's Rubbish merch? The hats and the T-shirts and stuff like that." And I haven't. Ryan, one of my top dudes who helps out in the truck and in the office, he's kind of been spearheading, helping out with kind of producing some of our different T-shirts and stuff, and the hats and things. So I've had people ask me, they're like, "Why do you guys have a moose on your shirt?" And so
Okay.
this is kind of if I have time.
Yeah.
If I have time, it's kind of a funny story. I think it was about 2007. When I was new, we were kind of just rolling through office help and drivers, right, and trying to find the right team, right. The right team just makes it fun to come to work.
True.
And I was like striking out and just, you know what I mean. I was young, kind of just learning
Yeah.
as I went.
Yeah.
And had a guy, we called him Gorgeous George. And we won't go beyond that, but anyway, he had some issues anyway. In the one morning, he calls me and he goes, Neil, I just put our Kenworth in the ditch, hit a tree. And I said, don't move. I said, I'm on my way over there. I said, if anything's serious, I said, just don't touch anything. So get in my truck, zip on over there. I look over a morning like this morning, right? There's about a couple inches of fresh snow on the ground. And I'm looking around and I go, where's the moose? And he goes, well, I don't know. I go, well, George, there's no tracks. So meanwhile, the Kenworth is in the ditch, stuck around this giant birch tree. And and he just starts all of a sudden, he goes, I don't know. He goes, well, I just saw the head. And I go, you just saw the head? And I go, I don't know. He goes, like, was it just like floating off? So we kind of decided it was this like ghost of a moose.
Okay.
So then George, that was his last day. But anyway, we created the T-shirt with like the ghost moose on it after that, and we still kind of laugh about it.
That's a good story.
I don't know if that was okay to share, but
brings up conversation, right?
Right.
So sometimes you have merchandise available for the general public. Is that the deal, or you're working on it, or something?
We're working on it. Give us a call, and if you're customers, I've got a box behind my desk of a couple odds and ends.
All right, so we go back to your trucks being on the road. Typically, for our listeners, and they're out driving, when are they usually on the road? What are your typical hours?
Our typical hours for us are usually about 5 a.m. till we're usually done by 2 or 3.
Really?
In the afternoon. We start early and we try to finish early on a good day.
So keep that in mind, travelers, when you're out there, that the trucks are out on the road early, mid-afternoon.
Yep.
Usually they're pulling them back in.
Yes,
Located where?
We're in Pike, New Hampshire.
Right.
But we operate, up and down Northeast Kingdom, down as far south as, Norwich or, Hanover, Lebanon.
Sure.
Up as far as, Barnett and Littleton on the north end.
Yeah, a lot of miles in the course of a week.
There is.
Right. So look out for the trucks.
A lot of fuel.
Pete's Rubbish Removals. That's another trash talk. Neil Robie, who is the owner. Appreciate the update.
Hey, I appreciate the time.
See you sometime in February.
Hey, Happy New Year.
As we spoke, those trucks are on the road right now, so look out for Pete's. It is 7:31. We're all set. Check out birthdays, anniversaries, regular feature that we do every single day of the year at about the same time, and always brought to you by the Swenson Insurance Agency in Bradford. So let's check them out. Not a huge list today. We've got 5 to pass along. Anniversaries celebrating today: Murdy Beck, Jay Sabin, Kelly Urey, William Harland, and Sarah Hubbard. No anniversaries on the local wish list on this Friday, January 9th. The regular feature brought to you by the Swenson Insurance Agency in Bradford. Be sure to get your wishes into us a couple of days in advance. That way it gives us time to prepare for the day of your wish. Meanwhile, here are today's birthdays on our wish list. Celebrating: Sarah Hubbard, William Harland, Kelly Urey, Jay Sabin, and Murdy Beck. If you see any of these people today, be sure and wish them a great day on this Friday, January 9th.
In many areas, wild animals are a serious traffic safety concern. Stay safe with these tips. While driving, scan the road and shoulders of the road ahead. Look for yellow road signs warning of high danger areas. Use extra caution when traveling during dawn and dusk. Animals are most active during these times. At night, use high beams if there's no oncoming traffic. Be on the lookout for reflecting eyes. Remember, deer are herd animals. Where there's one, there's usually more nearby. If a collision is unavoidable, apply the brakes and steer straight. Let up on the brakes just before impact, allowing the front of your vehicle to rise slightly, reducing the risk of the animal striking the windshield. Take it from me and MMG, protecting your piece of the world.
The Swenson Insurance Agency of Bradford is a family-owned business that has been serving Vermont and New Hampshire since 1960. Service is their best policy at the Swenson Insurance Agency, Bradford. All right, it is 7:33. We're sitting at 23 degrees in St. Johnsbury. Mark Breen, good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you, Stephen?
Good, thank you very much. All right. all of a sudden it got a little dicey in the last 24 hours, didn't it?
Yeah, well, winter is always interesting up here, I suppose maybe that's why that really caught my attention back years and years ago when I decided that I wanted to do this kind of as a permanent sort of thing. And if it were just the same, quite honestly, if the weather was, let's just suppose in the winter it was always in the teens at night, always in the 20s during the day. We had snow every 3 days, and it would get kind of boring after a while.
Yeah. Is New England weather some of the most extreme in the world?
Well, I wouldn't say it's the most extreme, but it is. So instead of extreme, I would call it changeable.
There you go. That's why you're the meteorologist.
Well, so for example, if you want temperature extremes, go to North Dakota. Because they can see temperatures that'll drop down to 40 below zero, but a week later they can be 70 above zero. In fact, I believe it was in Spearfish, South Dakota, the temperature warmed 104 degrees in 20 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So in terms of extremes, we don't get that. But in terms of changeable weather, I suppose Mark Twain kind of made it famous, but it's only because it rings so true for us. If you don't like the weather, wait a minute, which actually Mark Twain didn't say. But but you get the idea that we have this changeable weather, and it does mean that sometimes it's almost a look out the window and see what it's doing now because it's different than it was 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, Mark's with us, Mark Breen, Fairbanks Museum. I assume this is the January thaw. Maybe you can explain.
Yeah, so in some ways, there actually is not a definition of a January thaw. But I would say a couple of things about it. One, we virtually every year get a January thaw. And so using the museum's records, really only 2 years in the past 130 years would I say we did not have a January thaw. Now, is it a thaw if we get a temperature that's 34 degrees? Obviously, it's above freezing. But that doesn't, I wouldn't say that qualifies necessarily as a January thaw. What I would say instead is if the nights stay well above freezing, then that's really when you get into the thawing episode. And in some ways, I don't think that's going to happen. But it is going to climb into the 40s this afternoon, so kind of hard to say it isn't some kind of January thaw. There'll be some rain showers as well, so in the snow, it's definitely going to take a hit. Now, before it just, kind of all melts away, temperatures will drop off later tonight, and then we're going to maybe replace at least some of that snow with some snow Saturday night into Sunday. So just kind of putting that out there. I did want to go back, though, to the January thaw for just a minute. One of the things that I did years ago, I did this with Steve Molesky. He and I did some hand calculations back in the days when that's what you did. But we calculated that from January 21st to the 27th, that was the time period called the January thaw. And that fit into, all our weather records and so forth. But now with a little bit better ability to analyze some of our weather records, it turns out if you go back in time, like into the 19-teens and 1920s, the January thaw in those years happened almost always near January 9th, today. So it shifted back, in the early part of our records, then to the, say, third week of January. But in recent years, it looks like it wants to go back to somewhere around January 9th, and maybe that's why we're having a thaw today.
Interesting. Yeah. Kind of hard to define, but of course, I guess in the summertime, you define a heat wave of what?
Right. So a heat wave actually has a very specific definition, 90 degrees 3 days in a row.
Yeah.
Although that's true here, that wouldn't be true in Texas.
True.
It's 90 degrees every day.
Yeah, isn't that the truth? Good idea, I guess. Maybe with this thaw going on, if you have some, I've said this a couple of times this morning during the show, that if you have some ice build up or some snow in some funky places, now that it's warm, you can kind of knock it around and get it out of the way for the next freeze, which is coming, I guess, sometime soon.
Yeah. So, I've got one of those spots myself. It's just this valley that the snow kind of pulls in there, and then you get a little bit of heat from the house, and there's some ice underneath it, and so it tends to build up in that one spot. And so this will be an opportunity to get that out of there for now. Until, yes, it builds up again. So that, and I've got to clean out my pellets, so I've got to shut that down and clean that out today, too.
Has the winter weather so far kind of been bouncing back and forth, Mark?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. It's certainly, it would be nice if it just kind of settled into one pattern, but boy, it has been a little chaotic this year. In fact, just before Christmas, we had that thaw. But then quickly, the snow came back in. I think that might be a similar situation to this one, where we're going to see the snow take a hit today, but the snow's coming back in later on this weekend. We've had temperatures that have dropped down well below zero, but now we're going to be bouncing up into the 40s today, 45, 46 degrees, something like that. So a lot of back and forth. And I was looking down the road. There are several computer models that want to give us a really cold spell somewhere around the 20th, 25th of this month, so in about 10 days to 2 weeks from now. So I wouldn't say mark that on your calendar, because I'm not very confident about that, because the weather keeps bouncing back and forth. But I would say that, it's at least on the table that we will see plenty of cold coming up before the month is out.
Yeah, we're not even halfway through winter yet, so.
Oh, no.
Be prepared. We had some fog this morning, Mark.
Yeah, I kind of anticipated that because we had all that cloudiness yesterday, and then it cleared out last night, and it almost immediately, it's one of those things, like all of us, you see something, it kind of triggers either a memory or something. In this case, for me, I always think of weather sayings. What a surprise.
Okay. All right, what is it? Drum roll, please.
Yes. So a winter's fog will freeze a dog.
All right. Okay.
And
really?
I think if just the idea that when cold air is damp, it seems to really penetrate more than if it's cold, dry air. So I think that's a little bit about what that weather saying is all about.
Certainly. Mark Breen's with us. We'll get to the weekend forecast in just a moment. But first, we kind of mentioned the planets and some of the things that are happening in the night sky.
Yeah. And so it turns out that this upcoming week, the best views of Jupiter. So all we have to do is get it to clear out, because we haven't had a lot of clear skies. But in the next week or so, inevitably we'll probably get at least one clear evening. And I would encourage you to go out and look at Jupiter. It's just stunningly bright out there. It'll be in the eastern skies around 7 o'clock, about a third of the way up. And, just in terms of how bright, the only two things that are brighter at night would be the moon and the planet Venus. And Venus is behind the sun right now, and the moon won't be coming up till after midnight. So there is no mistaking it. Jupiter will be quite the beacon in the east. So great opportunity over the next couple of weeks to see a really, really bright planet out there.
All right, Mark, thanks a lot. All right, and final comments in regards to the museum before we check out the weekend weather.
Yeah, so I just want to remind folks that we are closed for our usual January sort of deep cleaning and putting in the new exhibits, that kind of thing. So we'll be doing that from now through the 16th. So we open again on Saturday the 17th. So just kind of plan that accordingly.
All right, just a couple of weeks away. All right, Mark, let's find out what the weekend weather looks like.
Yes, a lot of variety here. So the fog is thinning out. We'll have a little sun, but then the clouds come in, and there'll be some showers this afternoon. Rain showers, mild, breezy, in the 40s. The winds may gust over 35 miles per hour. But then the evening showers tonight will end. We'll see some clearing toward morning, and it tends to freeze up tonight, upper 20s to around 30. Then tomorrow, a pretty quiet day, some morning sun, some afternoon clouds in the 30s. But then things get exciting once again as we get some snow coming in Saturday night, some light accumulations, temperatures near 30. That snow tapers off on Sunday. There may be another light accumulation of snow on Sunday morning. Temperatures, though, won't be all that cold. They'll be in the 30s, so the crews will be able to keep those roads fairly good, especially Sunday afternoon.
Okay. So any idea how much?
Right now, looking at, this is a really early estimate of 2 to 4 inches, but it could go higher or lower depending on the track of the storm.
Okay, so going to get some snow then, definitely.
Yeah,
All right.
accumulating snow. Yeah.
Accumulating, great. All right, well, enjoy the weekend and stay safe, Mark.
Well, thanks, and you too.
All right,
We'll talk to you next week.
Excellent. Thank you. All right, our weekly conversation is brought to you by Hatch Lane Farm, Wicked Good Dairy Delights, Profile Meats, both located right there in North Haverhill. Wicked Good Dairy Delights takes this time to thank you for your patronage in 2025. They look forward to serving you with numerous new items in the new year. Owned and operated by Hatch Lane Farm, the store is an outlet for many of their own products, plus numerous other local items and a great selection of food and gift items. They also have a breakfast and lunch counter, and the grab-and-go cooler is always filled with a variety of items. Wicked Good Dairy Delights is conveniently located on Route 10 in North Haverhill.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Ted Cooper standing by. Give us the update from Wells River Chevrolet momentarily. But first at 7:45, sitting at 23 degrees. We check out the weekend weather again. Compliments of Bar Harbor Bank and Trust. You can visit them online at barharbor.bank. Award-winning banking every day across northern New England. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Bar Harbor Bank and Trust helps businesses succeed. We're proud to be recognized by Forbes and Newsweek as one of America's best banks multiple years running. We can help you get the financing you need quickly and improve your cash flow. With over 50 branches and 90 ATMs across northern New England, we make managing your business easier. Whether your business is growing, expanding, or evolving, we can make it happen together. Bar Harbor Bank and Trust. Good things happen when we work together. Member FDIC.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast: valley fog will thin, a little sun, then thickening clouds, showers developing this afternoon. Breezy and mild, highs in the 40s, winds gusting over 35 miles per hour. Tonight, evening rain showers will end, some clearing late, lows in the upper 20s to near 30. Saturday, some morning sun, then thickening clouds, highs in the 30s. I'm meteorologist Mark Breen for WYKR.
Mark, thank you. 7:46, and our temperature sits in the mid-20s, heading for the mid-40s before we're done today. Updated weather brought to you by Bar Harbor Bank and Trust. Visit them online at barharbor.bank. Award-winning banking every day across northern New England. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. All right, now we're going to find out what's happening at Wells River Chevrolet. Ted Cooper, good morning.
And good morning to you. I love those words like January thaw and mild temperatures.
Yeah. Well, don't get used to it. Don't settle in.
Come on.
You're going to be brushing snow off from a lot of vehicles come Monday, I think.
Oh boy, we've done that twice this week.
I know.
But at any rate, we've got a wonderful crew here.
Good.
My shoulders don't particularly like to be pulling snow brooms, but whatever we have to do, we have to do. But at any rate, talk about January thaw. How about some new incentives that have come out? I got one really outstanding one. I've got a new 26 Chevrolet Silverado Crew Cab LT. List price $54,695, and you can get that for as much as $10,000 off. That's out. We've never heard of that. You get that down to $44,695 with a trade. At any rate, great opportunity there. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to run down a list of our new lease offerings. These are just hot off the press. So if you'll bear with me, it'll sound a little repetitive, but at any rate, to make note of the following: 2026 Silverado 2500 double cab work truck Z71 4x4. You can get a lease 39 months, 10,000 miles a year for as low as about $699. And this is a list price of $56,420. So that's a big one. Half-ton crew cab LT 4x4. We can get that down to 39 months, 10,000 mile a year lease for about $369. I like that number. And let's see, I've got another 2026 Silverado half-ton double cab custom 4x4. Again, 39 months, 10,000 miles a year, as low as $349 a month. Again, these are leases. And, oh, here's a nice one. A 2026 Traverse LT Sport. This is a pretty top-of-the-line rig. 39 months, 10K miles per year for about $579. And we got a bunch of them in stock, by the way. Great three-row, great family car. Wonderful in the winter. And going down the list now, I've got a 2025 Blazer LT Sport. This is the gas Blazer, not an EV. We can get that one down to about $399. Same thing, 36 months, 10K a year. And that especially applies to people if you have a current lease on a 21 or newer any make vehicle. Our next greatly popular vehicle, of course, is the Chevy Equinox. In its current incarnation, I don't think they've ever built a better one. 2026 Equinox LT, all-wheel drive, 39 months, 10,000 mile a year lease, about $379. And Trailblazer, my wife has a Trailblazer. That thing has just been indestructible and wonderful in the winter. We've got an LS all-wheel drive version of that. 39 month, 10K, 10,000 mile a year lease, down to possibly as low as about $299. And then one of the great values in the Chevy line is the Chevy Trax. It's a front wheel drive vehicle, but it's basically sort of a small SUV. It's 5-door, lots of cargo space and so forth. Same deal, 39 months, 10,000 miles a year. We could get that down to around $279. So we've got some really nice opportunities there. New vehicles. Chevy's come out swinging. We've got some low-interest financing available. We've got also a really nice collection of pre-owned, like a 23 Trailblazer RS, which is their top-of-the-line model. I can get you into that for about $325. I've got a 2020 Ram 1500 Warlock quad cab Hemi 4x4. You might be able to get into that for as low as about $359. I got a really nice 23 Chevy Silverado LT Z71 crew cab diesel. Actually, John has been driving this a little bit because he likes it so much. We might be able to get that down around $435. Let's see, I got a 23 Ford Bronco 4x4 Outer Banks. That's got a sale price down now to $39,618. And I got a 3500 Silverado LT crew cab. And that's down now to $49,304. All these prices have been reduced, by the way, since the first of the year. Beautiful 22 Chevy Tahoe Z71. And that's down to $49,400. And here's a very interesting truck. This is a 2024 Chevrolet 3500 HD LT Crew Cab Alaskan. and that is now reduced to $56,700. You might be able to get into that for under $700 a month. Beautiful Suburban Z71 at 23, about 50,000 miles on it. Let's look at around $699. And finally, a 24 GMC Sierra, top of the line 2500 AT4X. This thing's an amazing vehicle, even if it is a GMC. No, it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Crew cab Duramax. You're going to get into that thing for right now. It's down to $81,880. That's a well over $100,000 truck new.
Yeah.
So at any rate, we got a bunch of stuff here. Things are rolling. People have been coming in, shaking off the holidays. And by the way, Happy New Year to everybody. I haven't talked to you since the day after Christmas.
That's right.
But
you've got choices at Wells River Chevrolet, man, and that's not all of it. You got a lot.
Oh no! This is just a sample.
Yeah.
And then right along the street here out front, we've got these many of these sale vehicles that I've just mentioned. They're all lined up together with their price tags and so forth right in them. So we group them together to sort of match these offers, so you can very easily identify them, as well as the fact that we got a ton now of new Equinoxes, Traverses, Trailblazers, really good inventory and a bunch of trucks. So we're fortunate we've got that. We've earned that allocation. We really had a very strong year, and we get rewarded for that as this coming year goes by. We get more opportunities to acquire, the most desirable inventory. So our success is your success, and we are deeply, deeply grateful to our customers for all the support this past year and that going forward.
For our listeners to stop in and check out what you just described and more, what are the hours, Ted?
We are here Monday through Friday from 8 to 6, Saturdays from 9 to 4, anytime by appointment. And if you can't get to us, we'll come to you.
Good.
So give us a call at 802-757-2311, or by all means, check our inventory online at wellsriverchevy.com.
Definitely. Ted, looks like the 23rd is the next time we're going to chat, so get ready for the next update, all right?
Yeah, my gosh, yeah. We'll almost be ready for daylight savings time,
We
right?
will. We'll be heading there every day. We're getting closer and closer to spring.
We are.
Ted, enjoy
Thanks
the
for
weekend.
having me.
Yeah, and thanks for the update, okay?
All righty. Take good care.
Yeah. Ted Cooper, who is the Senior Sales and Leasing Professional, also GM Mark of Excellence Award winner, giving us that update. Hey, as long as we're in Wells River, I just received the specials being served today at Tuttle's Family Diner right here in downtown Wells River. How about the haddock sandwich with chips and pickle? Aaron's homemade baked beans, a couple of hot dogs, along with a side and a roll. The Montshire Farm BLT burger with French fries or tater tots. The soup is chicken, veggie, and rice. And all the seafood's available. That includes haddock, scallops, shrimp, strip clams, and whole belly clams. You can enjoy these specials, or the regular menu is available at Tuttle's Family Diner right here in downtown Wells River. Take a break for a minute or so. What do you say? We'll check out the forecast for the listening area right after this.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon.
Hello?
You won't believe where I am.
Are you running?
Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus, 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing. Mom, how do you feel? I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture, and then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with AutoPay, plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence Data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Most of us are not prepared to plan and carry out a funeral ceremony when a loved one passes. Ricker Funeral Home and Cremation Care in Woodsville understands the importance of a meaningful and personalized funeral. to assist with the healing process during mourning. Their licensed funeral directors know the key decisions a grieving family must make. They will take the time to assist you with the necessary and required legal documentation and handles all of the details to create a unique and meaningful funeral or memorial service for your loved one. For additional information, contact Ricker Funeral Home in Woodsville.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast: valley fog will thin, a little sun, then thickening clouds, showers developing this afternoon. Breezy and mild, highs in the 40s, winds gusting over 35 miles per hour. Tonight, evening rain showers will end, some clearing late, lows in the upper 20s to near 30. Saturday, some morning sun, then thickening clouds, highs in the 30s. I'm meteorologist Mark Breen for WYKR.
Thank you. That's the weather at 7:58. We're hitting the mid-20s, heading for the mid-40s. Brought to you by Ricker Funeral Home and Cremation Care in Woodsville, locally owned, family operated. And, of course, understand. We have a Tom Cuddy sports report in regards to the Patriots coming out of the 8 o'clock news here at your country. WYKR, Haverhill, WTWN, Wells River, and W286DE Wells River, 105.1 FM. It is 8 o'clock. We're all set for the latest world and national news from CBS. We thought. CBS is not there. Well, we'll move on then and find out what's happening in the world of sports. The Patriots, of course, and Tom Cuddy. As Tom Cuddy gives us the reports Monday through Friday, find out how the Patriots are doing. The Red Sox, they'll be hitting the spring training sometime soon. The Bruins finally have a winning streak going on. And also Tom Cuddy Sports includes the Celtics. Meanwhile, let's find out what's going on with the Patriots and their big game this Sunday.
Patriots and Chargers playoff 8 o'clock Sunday at Gillette. The game features two elite quarterbacks, the Chargers' Justin Herbert and the Patriots' Drake May. This is Patriots linebacker Robert Spillane on the Chargers' star quarterback.
They want to run the ball. We want to run the ball. They want to stop the run. We want to stop the run. They want to get a win. We want to get a win. So there are a lot of similarities in that sense, but at the end of the day, it'll be a great test. He could do it all. He could put the ball anywhere he wants to on the field. He's got great legs under him. He can escape the pocket, and that's oftentimes when he's most dangerous. So, challenge ahead of us.
Robert Spillane. We all know all we need to know about the Patriots' star quarterback.
Trust what you've been doing, trust the preparation you've been doing all season, and trust your coaches, your teammates around you, and just go out there, have fun, and let's play out football. So you got to bring your best, and everybody knows that. So that's the kind of expectation, and just trying to live up that, and just trying to be myself.
Drake May, Patriots Chargers, Sunday at Gillette.
2 minutes after 8, good morning. We check out the forecast again, and then a conversation that Joshua Smith had with Todd Holt, local physical therapist right here in downtown Wells River, is coming up. But first, a look at the weather for the weekends, being brought to you by Alarmco, which is a security and protection company. It's based in Bradford, and, of course, they do specialize in home and business security and fire systems, along with video surveillance, sales, audiovisual equipment, networking, phone systems. And in addition to installation services, Alarmco also provides monitoring and repair services for a wide variety of systems. Alarmco is local right here in Bradford. Alarmco can help you stay notified of what's going on in your home, even when you're away. With the help of Alarmco, a local business in Bradford, you will be able to view your property from the palm of your hand. Arm and disarm your system from anywhere. Check your system status and view recent activity at home using Alarm.com's powerful smart home security app. Never leave your pets home alone again. Pet cameras allow you to watch, talk, and play with your pets from anywhere, day or night. For a free, no-obligation quote and see what Alarmco can do for you, visit their website at alarmcovt.com.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast: valley fog will thin, a little sun, then thickening clouds, showers developing this afternoon. Breezy and mild, highs in the 40s, winds gusting over 35 miles per hour. Tonight, evening rain showers will end, some clearing late, lows in the upper 20s to near 30. Saturday, some morning sun, then thickening clouds, highs in the 30s. I'm meteorologist Mark Breen for WYKR.
And in our conversation just over a half hour ago, Mark was indicating there could be 2, 3, 4, or more inches of snow on Sunday. Updated weather this time around brought to you by Alarmco. You can stay notified on what's going on in your home or business, even when you're away. Connect your security, lights, locks, thermostats, video, and more for seamless automation and control. You can contact them today for a free, no-obligation quote and see what they can do for you. Alarmco, locally owned, locally operated in Bradford. 4 minutes after 8, our temperature is 25 degrees.
There's sometimes he's on the phone and sometimes he's in the studio. And today we have Todd Holt in the studio.
Hey, good morning, Josh. How you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
Great, great.
So today you wanted to talk a little bit, not necessarily physical therapy, but kind of physical therapy adjacent.
Yeah, something different. You know, I had a recent episode happen to me, and a lot of people don't talk about EMS services, and it's something like we don't think about it unless we need it or a family member needs it. And Josh here, you know, his dad Brent, who I'm friends with, he lives it firsthand. Honestly, Josh probably knows more about EMS services than I do. Yeah, I mean, growing up with it.
Yeah.
But you don't know what your day's going to happen, right?
It's true. You never know.
And on Christmas, thank God for my family, my wife, my kids, Max, Emma, Jen. On Christmas, perfectly normal day, and I go home, and I was going to work on my daughter's car, bring it out to the garage, going to change some headlights. And it's a Subaru, by the way. You got to take the bumper off. One of those cars. It's super cold, about 10 below. I'm moving things over. I have a timber sled, dirt bikes, things like that. I'm moving them over, getting ready to put the car in. My son brought the car up, and I turn on a pellet stove, try to warm the garage up. And next thing you know, I'm in an ambulance. And I don't even know what happened. Like, and to this day, I don't really quite know what happened. But there was an oil stain on the floor, and this is at home. I had basically a dent in the back of my head and complete amnesia. There was 2 Jeffs there, and I didn't even remember this. My daughter told me that they were like, what's my name? What's my name? I'm like, I can't remember. They say Jeff. And then finally another Jeff comes over, and I go, wait, the last guy's name is Jeff. And I don't remember this, but it was kind of funny, I guess. But Jeff Berwick from Peacham came out first, and thank you so much for Peacham Fire and Rescue. Brent's dad, Josh's dad, Brent Smith, he's fire rescue for Groton. Thank goodness we have these people out there, because I wouldn't be alive today if it weren't for this. And Calix came out, another guy named Jeff Lane. Everybody was spectacular, right from the start to the finish.
Yeah. And so, like you mentioned too, is like, you know, part of this is like, you know, that we have a lot of EMT volunteers that are out there going about doing their daily jobs.
Volunteer work.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? I'm self-employed. I don't do EMS. Jeff Berwick's self-employed. He does EMS. I mean, we all get busy days, and it's spectacular. We have these emergency services volunteer, of all things. Well, you know, in the ambulance ride there, I don't remember the young kid's name. There's a young boy in the ambulance who helped me. I remember him being great at the hospital, NVRH. You know, I used to work for NVRH. I worked for Dan Wine PT Associates, great PT practice. Have nothing, absolutely spectacular place. NVRH, they were great. There was 2 nurses named Megan. I remember those names. That I actually officially remember their names. They were even spelled differently. Megan and Meaghan. I couldn't remember the doctor's name, but it was Dr. Spicer. I had to call the hospital to ask. This is because I hit my head. It's the only thing I could think. I hit my head. And Dr. Spicer, Josh Spicer, he was fantastic, spectacular. They did I believe, a ultrasound of my heart, carotids, and a CTA of the brain. They didn't find anything, by the way. Go figure. No. Actually, you know, I guess it was fantastic how thorough they were. They asked me my allergies. The only thing I'm allergic to is shrimp.
I mean, yeah, and so we're talking to Todd Holt from Todd Holt Physical Therapy, and you're kind of talking about kind of an accident you had on Christmas Day.
Yeah, and it was so cold. It was like 10 below, whipping wind, and I remember being on the floor. I remember this. I remember the EMTs. So the one I remember is the one from Calix. He's telling me not to turn my head. Of course, being a PT, I'm turning my head like I'm always supposed to turn my head. No, stop turning your head, he's saying. And if there weren't EMTs there, if there weren't local volunteers, Peacham Fire Department, Calix, according to I asked my family, like, how long did it take them? And it was like record speed. They were like, blink, boom. So that is awesome, because I could not have survived without EMTs.
Right. Yeah. And those are the first ones. They're the first ones that respond too.
So yeah, the first one that responded was Peachum. Peachum got there, boom. Who was, by the way, Jeff Berwick, and he had some people too. I can't remember all everybody's names. I mean, I'm going by what people have told me. Complete amnesia of most of the events. It was terrible. And you know, listen, I go to the gym all the time. I exercise. I do physical therapy. I don't feel like I'm that vulnerable, and we all are vulnerable. It can happen to you anytime, any day, and you have no idea. You slip and it's cold out.
Yeah, and I mean, so for the radio listeners too. I mean, Todd, you're a fit guy. You're a guy that's in shape too, and just goes to show is like no matter what's going to happen, you never. Yeah, you don't know. You got to take care of yourself.
I go to arm wrestling tournaments. I'm not trying to say whatever, but it's you don't think that if you. Yeah. It won't happen to you, right? Never, and it will.
So, from a physical therapist perspective, what best advice would you give someone to help prevent maybe suffering from an injury like this?
So, I've been joking around. I'm going to start covering myself in bubble wrap. As I said to a friend of mine, because he talked about bubble wrap. Hey, I'm going to get some of that bubble wrap from you. This one wasn't, I didn't feel like preventable. I was moving stuff, but I will say, when it's super cold out, when it's 10 below out, thank God my family, my son Max, my daughter, they came out in the garage to check on me. Like, hey, Dad's out there. Go see what he's up to, If I were by myself, if I were a single bachelor, just kind of doing my own little thing, I could tell you right now, I'd be laying on that garage floor, frozen. So I think, using judgment when the weathers are severe. And so an obvious one, maybe I should have cleaned up that oil spot on my floor. But it was a little spot, and it was one of the dirt bikes I moved when I was trying to clean space for the car to come in.
Now, so any final comments, Todd?
Yeah, I just want to say thank you to all the emergency personnel out there. It's something we take for granted.
Right.
Honestly, like your dad.
Yeah.
Brent, nobody thinks about it.
Yeah.
Really, we don't.
And remind people too, Todd, you have a really easily memorable phone number.
Oh, geez, yeah. So good thing, because I just whacked my head. What is it? That's kidding. It's 757-8000.
That's right. 757-8000. And I remember you always said that you wanted your number to be easy for you to remember.
Yeah, especially now.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Todd. I always learn something every time you come on.
Well, thanks to you, Josh, and thanks to all those EMS guys.
Yeah.
And I'm sure for you being the son of a EMS family, it takes time out of your day too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right. That's our monthly conversation we have with Todd Holt. I'm glad everything sounds like it's going to be okay there. All right. So about 12 minutes after 8, let's head to Bradford, and not Ryan Chase, but Ryan Hollister. Good morning. How you doing?
Good day. How are you doing, Steve?
Good, thanks. Ryan, it's been a while since we've chatted. Good to have you along here with us. And Happy New Year to you.
Oh, Happy New Year.
Yeah.
I hope you're starting it off with some good momentum.
So far, doing good. How about you?
Doing well.
Good.
Yeah, absolutely. Kind of took some time to recoup a little bit and kind of back at it full swing, rejuvenated and in good form.
Yeah. Hard to believe we're 9th day of the year already. Man, time rolls along, doesn't it?
Oh, it really does. It makes me think about the importance of doing that one or two things a day that you want to improve on, just 5-10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Just find that rhythm, find that one little thing, find that little routine, and stick to it. And don't put too much pressure on yourself either.
Good words right there. Hey, Ryan, let's talk about area rugs. Been a while since we focused any attention on that, and I know you're an expert in that field. So what's the deal at Valley Floors in regards to those?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's so many times when you're looking to redo your space, and you just don't have the time or energy or resources to overhaul the entire thing. Maybe you're not ready to paint, you're not ready to change out the entire floors, you're not ready to get new furniture. One of the best things that you can do to really spruce up the place and give it a totally different feel is get an area rug. Think about what colors you have going on in the space. Think about the feel, and the atmosphere is a little bit more modern, is a little bit more, rustic cabin in the woods. having a cozy rug or having a nice kind of like area rug that with a design on it can be absolutely transformative for a space. And it's as easy as moving your furniture around. So, and sometimes it's nice to just get a general clean in. I just put a giant rug down and realized I don't really have that much space to play Tetris in my house. So I ended up cleaning the whole house, moving the furniture over, getting this rug down. It took a little longer than I anticipated, but man, it's looking good.
Good.
Yeah, so come on down. We have some area rugs in stock, but it is one of the cases where there's so much options out there that you really need to kind of hunt online. We have some materials here that you can get your hands on and get a feel for and get an idea of what the colors might be and the texture and the hand feel on everything. And then you check online. We can always get swatches of these materials. So there's a lot of like really kind of very particular patterned area rug options out there, and we have so many different companies that we have access to. So it really is like a massive palette of area rug design that we have. And we also have the entire showroom of carpet. So anything that we have on these carpet boards can always be ordered and purchased and either bound by the company, or we have binding capabilities here. So there's just absolutely unlimited, potential as to like what you could do. So it's really an awesome way to get up off the hard surface and kind of transform a space and change out an old area for maybe just something a little bit more economic, a little more functional, but especially with all the snow and salt, mud season, you can't go wrong, with having a couple layers of defense in your home, and then also building a cozy vibe. So I've had a lot of fun with people who bring in swatches of fabric, or like if they're like, these are my curtains and this is my couch pillow. And I'm like, let's go roll, run around the carpet showroom and hunt for these colors and hunt for the texture that you're looking for. So I have a great time with that.
It sounds like it. Is there a definition of a size for an area rug? Because what you were saying, moving furniture around and stuff, that was a pretty big area rug.
It was a 7-11 by 10-10.
Wow.
So it was pretty much my whole half of a living room. And I got the couches on it. And, yeah, it's just kind of transforming an open concept, like cedar salt box home.
I see.
And the kitchen, the dining room is right there. And then this side is the living room. And having an area rug in there just, like, defines the space. On one side, I've got a little more modern black and white area rug in the dining room, and then boom, you're in the living room section, and it's cozy vibes.
Yeah.
We've got the old 70s wood paneling on the walls. We've got pallet wood pine floors that I did myself that I would probably never recommend to anybody at all.
That was fun, though. You learn by doing these things, right?
You do. You do. And, I would say if you're ambitious and you've got some projects, just stop on in. Like sometimes a 10-minute conversation with one of us here at the sales staff could like arm you with the resources that you need to be able to think about what to be able to tackle the project and to make it happen. I always say sometimes good enough for rock and roll. Depends on what your time and your budget allows, but if you're going to do it, put in as much effort as you can, because every % better that you can make that is % longer that it's going to last.
So true.
And having the right resources and the right information is like essential. Yeah. And the internet is amazing, but sometimes to just, get another opinion can be priceless.
Well, you guys deal with this day in and day out. So, hey, what are your hours at Valley Floors anyway, Ryan?
We're open 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. Okay. On rare occasions, we are open for appointments on Saturdays. Just communicate with us so that we can kind of move around our schedules and such. But Monday through Friday, there's always going to be somebody here, 8 to 5. We've got a great sales staff, and everybody is super knowledgeable. So whatever your particular project is, get a good jump on it. Come on and say hi now. We can get a good idea of what the scope of the work is and just begin this brainstorming process, kind of give you the confidence to move forward with the project and make it happen as seamless as possible.
Yeah, another great idea. Check out those area rugs and be sure to ask for Ryan Hollister at Valley Floors. Enjoy the weekend. Thanks for your time.
Oh, you too, Steve. Have a wonderful day.
Appreciate it.
And Happy New Year, everyone.
Thanks, Ryan.
Bye.
All right. We're about 19 minutes after 8, and we'll be checking in with the weather, and then a conversation at Joshua Smith Head with Shanna Meyer from Averte Trivium, and then James Merriam will be in. We'll be talking about First U.S. 250th anniversary event in Newbury. All that's coming up in the next few minutes right here. Now that it's 2026, take advantage of the Start Something New sales event at Wakamoto Sales, your local Jeep dealer in Woodsville. Get $2,000 bonus cash allowance on select 2026 Jeep Wrangler models in dealer inventory. Plus, get $1,500 loyalty bonus cash allowance for current Jeep owners or lessees. Contact Wakamoto Sales for additional discounts. Offer expires February 2nd, 2026. Some restrictions apply. It's the Start Something New sales event at Wakamoto Sales, your local Jeep dealer in Woodsville. And now taking a look at the weekend weather, it's being brought to you by PTO's Repair. Paul and Kim invite you to stop in, take a look at their new location, 2320 Route 5 Fairleigh. It's only 3.6 miles south of the traffic light in Bradford, and their phone number is 802-222-6152.
Happy New Year from your local Fisher Plow dealer, now located at 2320 U.S. Route 5 in Fairleigh, Vermont. It's been a busy fall, but we are settled in and ready to help you with your plow and sanding needs. Stop by or give us a call. PTO's Repair, Route 5, Fairleigh, or at ptosrepair.com. I'm PTO, and I wanted you to know.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast: valley fog will thin, a little sun, then thickening clouds, showers developing this afternoon. Breezy and mild, highs in the 40s, winds gusting over 35 miles per hour. Tonight, evening rain showers will end, some clearing late, lows in the upper 20s to near 30. Saturday, some morning sun, then thickening clouds, highs in the 30s. I'm meteorologist Mark Breen for WYKR.
At 21 minutes after 8, we're warming up. Temperatures in the mid and upper 20s. And warming to the mid-40s today with some snow in the forecast coming in, I guess, late Sunday. Well, actually late Saturday into Sunday would be more the precipitation that we're expecting, according to Mark. All right, there you have it. Updated weather. It's brought to you by PTO's Repair. Now at the new location, 2320 Route 5 in Fairleigh. 802-222-6152. PTO's Repair is your local Fisher authorized dealer. 802-222-6152.
We are happy to welcome back into the studio Shanna Meyer from Averte / Trivium Life Services. Shanna, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
Great.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. I
Wonderful
haven't talked to you since last year.
That's so crazy. It's been so long.
I know. See, that joke is only good for like the first few days of
the January joke.
It's a January joke. So we jump right into it. Just remind people what Averte does.
Averte is a therapeutic residential community for adults who are seeking support with their mental health.
And Shanna, your title is Vice President of Operations.
That's right. That's me.
There you go.
Yeah.
And this is, so we're in the dregs of winter. It's been cold. Yeah. This is when we're getting into like less sunlight.
Yes.
Nobody's getting that vitamin D as much as they should.
Yeah.
And that also has a direct correlation with mental health.
It sure does. Yeah. Seasonal depression is a real thing.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people suffer from it and they know it, and a lot of people suffer from it and they don't. They just know that they don't feel so great during these long winter months.
Mm.
Yeah.
And it's with the issues of mental health, people have different ways of showing levels of depression or showing levels of seasonal depression. What are some of the what would you say are some of the things that people should notice or look out for their friends and neighbors and themselves?
Yeah, it's a really great question, because you're right. It does show up in different ways for different individuals. Some symptoms that are pretty common, I would say, are just sort of a general lack of motivation, general lack of interest, inability to initiate activities that are normally enjoyable for you. I think that's pretty common in the wintertime too. We chalk it up to, oh, it's cold outside, or, I gained a few pounds from the holidays, or, those sorts of things, which are accurate and common, but can sometimes extend beyond, that 5 pounds you want to shed after Christmas, or, past the shortest day of the year at the solstice. And if it goes on for too long, it's important to notice that. Some other ones are, change in sleep patterns, change in appetite. Some people become a little bit irritable, which again, when it's 1 degree outside and you have to figure out how to get ready for the day, and it's not a great way to start your day, but it's something to notice that if that persists.
Right.
So those are sort of some of the general things to keep an eye out, both for yourself and for your loved ones.
Right. And then you mentioned before when you're on is that give Averte a call. If you, and there's no wrong door. You can call
That's right.
and give Averte a call, and you'll be able to direct you towards services that you will provide, or also direct you towards other places that maybe your primary health care, some folks that might be able to steer you in the right direction.
Absolutely. Yeah, we have a continuum of supportive services ourselves, but we get lots of phone calls from folks who are looking for support, and we might not be the right fit for what they need. And we try not to turn anybody away empty-handed. We at least like to give people some resources and a direction to go in if we're not the right ending place.
Right.
Yeah.
And you also work with veterans.
We do, yeah. Yeah, we are part of the Veterans Administration's Community Care Network, which basically means that the Veterans Administration can make referrals to us when they find that they have veterans in their services who exceed the typical community-based level of care. So if they need something that's more of a full wraparound, like residential services, then they can give us a call.
Right. We're talking to Shanna Meyer, who is the Vice President of Operations over at Averte, right there in downtown Bradford. You also have... You have the barn as you're heading out towards Fairleigh. You got that beautiful farm.
Yes, we do. We're very lucky.
Which is like your main campus.
That's our main campus. Yep, that's the postcard and the brochure. We love it. It's beautiful.
And you also have a place on Main Street.
We do. Yeah, we're in the old Vittles spot, or the local Buzz, I think, before that. So formerly a coffee shop, but now one of Averte's properties. It's our administrative offices, and we also have a pretty large conference and event space on the first floor. Yeah, which is really cool. And we have been actually brainstorming ways, it's new year, new you kind of thing. So like, what can we do this year that's fun and exciting and new? So we've been talking about ways that we can utilize that space and use it as a way that we can integrate our residents and our staff into the community in a new way. Over the holidays, we had a little craft fair. It was just kind of a, hey, let's try this out sort of event. And it was super cute. The residents had a great time. And so we were like, you know what, we should probably do some more of this. This is really great. So be on the lookout for more exciting events at 142 Main Street.
Nice.
Yeah.
And there in Averte too, is that, so you mentioned too, is like at the farm, at that homestead, you have inpatient care that you do there.
Yes, so that's a residential facility.
Okay.
And we have the main farm, and we also have 3 other houses. We have 2 other houses in Bradford and 1 down in Hanover.
Okay.
And those are locations where folks can come. They can live with us, whether for a couple of months or many years, everything in between, and they can receive all of their services right there on site.
And how long does particularly somebody going over there, they're there for a couple months, a couple weeks? How long is somebody there for?
It's a choose your own adventure model, as I like to call it. So we have some folks who are with us for a couple of months, maybe just want to, if they're stepping down from a hospital, or they just feel like their typical, outpatient therapy isn't quite robust enough for what they need, then they might come and stay with us for a short stay. Or we also have residents who've been with us for 30, 40 years and everything in between. So it really is, it's very individualized. When folks come to us, we try really hard to listen and help them think through what it is that they're hoping to get out of their time with us. And we can kind of help them map out, how long that might be. Think about what kind of services we might plug into their treatment plan. So it's very, very tailored to each person's unique needs.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is great. So exciting to hear all the hard work that you guys are doing. And we're definitely in our neck of the woods. We're very fortunate to have a organization like Averte right in our backyard.
Well, we're happy to be here. We hope to keep growing and keep helping.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you. So I'm talking to Shanna Meyer, who is the Vice President of Operations over at Averte/Trivium Life Services. Any final comments?
Stay hydrated. Take your vitamin D. Get out in the snow when it's not too cold.
There you go.
There you go.
Enjoy the snow.
Enjoy it. Lean into it. You know, it's here whether we like it or not.
Exactly.
So have some fun.
That's right. Thank you so much, Shanna.
Thank you.
How do you define home? Is it your sanctuary? A reflection of your style and values? A playground for your children and grandchildren? However you define it, House Right Construction can help you create the house that says, welcome home to you. House Right is your expert Vermont and New Hampshire home builder. They have been partnering with clients since 1985. They build and renovate homes that fulfill their clients' exact visions. House Right Construction is proud to be able to say that the foundation of their business continues to be their enduring relationships with clients, who return to them as their home visions grow and who refer them to their friends. Try letting House Right be the builder of the home of your dreams. Welcome home with House Right. House Right Construction, Main Street South, Newbury, Vermont. Online at houseright.net.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast: valley fog will thin, a little sun, then thickening clouds, showers developing this afternoon. Breezy and mild, highs in the 40s, winds gusting over 35 miles per hour. Tonight, evening rain showers will end, some clearing late, lows in the upper 20s to near 30. Saturday, some morning sun, then thickening clouds, highs in the 30s. I'm meteorologist Mark Breen for WYKR.
All right, Mark, thanks. We're hitting 8:31. We saw temperatures down around 20. We're in the mid-20s and heading for the mid-40s today. Don't get used to it. Temperatures are going to fall, and there is some snow in the forecast for Saturday night into Sunday, so be aware of that if you have any travel plans. Meanwhile, updated weather this time around brought to you by House Right Construction. They're located on Route 5, which is near the historic Newbury Common. They're also online at houseright.net. Now, 8:31, James Merriam is with us. How you doing?
Yes, I'm doing great. And I'd like to add, it's not normally part of the weather, but beautiful sunrise this morning.
Wasn't it? Yeah.
Beautiful start to the day.
But pink sky in morning, sailors take warning.
That is very true.
Right? I don't know if you have other sayings. Mark Breen has a lot of them.
Be aware, yes. He's good for that.
So
He's been good for that my whole life.
Yeah,
Love to hear him talking about it.
Yeah. So what's your official title at the church?
So I am Reverend James Merriam. I'm the senior pastor at the Wells River Church just down the road here from WYKR.
Yeah. Used to be our neighbor when we had the old brick building there.
That's right. We were good neighbors.
Yeah.
Very, very good neighbors.
Yeah, we're talking years ago. We used to have a live church service, so we periodically have to go over and turn the microphone on during the service as it was beginning. But
pastors have a lot to think about right before the service. Turning on the microphone is usually not at the top of the list.
But it is.
But no, it's always great to be out here, and this is my first time on the live show. But I've had a great time with you folks, and I appreciate the good work that you do in our community.
Excellent. Good to have you along here with us. All right, so we're promoting some activity happening in Newbury.
We are, absolutely. This has been some stuff that's been in the works for quite a while. Okay. And of course, this is, happy birthday, America's 250th birthday this year.
It is.
So of course, there are going to be some huge events at the national level, at the state level, but we have a whole bunch of events at the local level too. And I've specifically been working with Newbury town events. Okay. And we have decided, because I mean, I feel like the national government's got the like big fireworks and the big things out of the way. We have decided to really focus on like how local citizens, how like the everyday people have really, really come and lived and gotten through the tough times right here in Newbury. Because I mean, it's not the easiest place to live. Yep. So our theme is resilience, past, present, and future. And we've got events in every month this year. Of course, the 4th of July is right at the center of things.
Sure.
But the very first event was yesterday. We had a great group doing a book discussion. We had a guest speaker to talk exactly about resiliency, especially relevant to Newbury, where we've had these challenges. We have the storms, we've had floods, and of course Newbury Village had the terrible fire just about 100 years ago. And I mean, communities don't come back from that kind of thing unless they just bond together and support one another. And Newbury's come back bigger and better than ever, multiple times around from these challenges. So we wanted to celebrate that.
Awesome. So you've already had a meeting in regards to this?
That's right. We've had one event. That was yesterday. The group's been planning this for a year now at this point. But we've got lots of events coming up, especially things start really get going around town meeting. We've got some events in March. We've got a big musical event because, of course, the Bailey Hazen Road started right here in Wells River even. And those madcap group of men who went out to start that road started out in March 1776. They went out into the mud season to try to build a road. If you talk about resiliency, or maybe a little bit airheaded optimism, so we're gonna have a big old musical celebration of that event, and then things really start rolling.
So you're learning a lot about Newbury.
Oh, absolutely.
Aren't we all?
We are. We really, really are.
Yeah.
We live in we're here at the end of a long line of tough and occasionally overly optimistic people who found this place home.
Do you have the whole year lined up? You said month to month?
Yes, we do. All the way
do?
through to celebrations big old celebrations in December.
All right,
so we celebrate sugaring when that comes around. Of course, the summertime. Newbury's well known for its crab apples, and we've gotten a whole bunch more flowering crab apples, and we're going to have plantings with involving the school communities.
Okay.
Excuse me. We've got musical events, we've got historical events, we've got things that are sort of like big get-togethers and sort of self-guided tour events as things go along. Of course, the 4th of July is going to be bigger and better than ever, and I am specifically excited about that March Bailey Hazen event because that's right at my church, at the Wells River Church. Right. Just a hop, skip, and a jump away from where the Bailey Hazen Road started out.
So do you have a committee that you meet periodically to make
Yes.
sure this stuff stays on task?
Yeah, absolutely. And we'd appreciate if there are folks who'd want to help with things. Things are pretty well planned, but like the execution of the days help is always appreciated.
So you mentioned that as you're putting together some of these activities for this year, are you looking for information from people to fill in some of the blanks that you don't already know in that regard?
You know what? I mean,
always looking for information.
Yeah, always looking for information. Always
Okay.
looking for other things to add in. People have surprised us all the way along. I know Larry Scott's going to be doing a whole display about transportation. Of course, we were a railroad and then a road hub, and of course, even before that, the river boats who came up and down. We forget about that. The Connecticut. We're all here because of the Connecticut, after all. So they're people have these passions, people have this knowledge, and this is really a time to share it. If you're a history enthusiast or just like love the local culture or just aspects of the local community.
So I don't know if you remember, but of course the train still goes behind the church here in downtown Wells River, not like it used to. And of course it used to go around the bend and also go through Woodsville and then to Littleton, and years ago it's down through to Plymouth. Do you remember the days when it used to go around to Woodsville?
That's a good question. It's
been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. So my father was pastor in Newbury once upon a time,
Okay.
and I would have ridden around with him, but I was a baby.
All right.
And he's a rail enthusiast, so I'm sure I saw it, but I couldn't tell you where I was.
Yeah.
I would be the little baby being held up to watch the train go by and cheer it. Kind of thing.
Back in the day, we're pushing because I'm old enough, 45 years ago. Because we used to own that brick building right next to you in downtown Wells River. But they used to be trains, I guess they were coming from Canada. They were full of brand new cars.
Yeah.
It seemed like the train just wouldn't end. On and on it would go. Sometimes there were 3 or 4 engines, the locomotives. There were so many cars they were pulling. So interesting days.
Absolutely.
It still comes through a couple of times a day, but not like it used to be.
And sometimes you get the wood products with a couple engines, and sometimes you can tell they're behind schedule. And they're
so
quick.
James, Richard Roderick, who quite often books himself and also you and some of the other guests to get in here and chat on a Friday morning. What's happening in February and March? Stuff that's just around the corner.
Yeah, just around the corner.
We don't want to overwhelm people with a whole year.
No, absolutely. So February is maybe the low month. We've got that transportation display.
Okay.
Of course, we do continue to welcome work on planning, or if people want to bring their particular expertise forward. March Town Meeting Day is going to include a bunch of commemorations and celebrations. I know Newbury's going to do that.
Okay.
And other towns on the Vermont side are going to have different things involved. And I look forward to hearing about some of our nearby neighbor communities and what they're working on. But the end of March is when the big musical event for Bailey Hazen is, and then of course we get into our Sugar House kind of celebrations. So look out for those in the next couple months.
Is there a website and is some of this information being documented anywhere?
Oh yes, so we have posters. We'll be putting this out, widely circulating this. Coming right up, and it is organized through the through the town of Newbury. So if you want information right now, call or just ask that at the town clerk's office.
Yeah, and get us the information because we can include it
Yeah.
also with our community events calendar.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
And there's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be great.
So I would assume probably every month for the next year, we're going to get updates from either yourself or Richard or somebody that's part of the
exactly
activities.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, what a great year, huh?
Yeah, it's going to be amazing.
I imagine 250 years.
Yeah, 250 years, a long time.
Yeah. So actually, we started the radio station in 1976. So this will be our 50th coming up in October.
Your bicentennial radio.
A long time. Final comments, James?
I mean, get excited, folks. This is going to be great. Happy birthday, America. 250 and looking great.
Awesome. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Steve.
All righty. We're 8:40 here at your country, WYKR. We'll take a break, more music, and look at the weather forecast just around the corner. 8:47. Glad you could be with us this morning, Steve and John, and our friends. We started early at 6 o'clock this morning. A lot of different folks we've chatted with in the last 3 hours, and hope you've enjoyed. We hope to be with you next week on the 16th as we push the middle of January 2026 already. Activities with the town of Haverhill, their Parks and Recreation have a craft fair coming up Saturday, January 17th, a week from tomorrow. That'll be from 9 to 3 at the Clifford Memorial Building in Woodsville.
Download to see if you qualify for Albert Instant Advance. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription is required for Instant Advance. Please see the Albert app or albert.com for subscription pricing. Subscriptions can be canceled at any time.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? You can get up to a $1,000 advance fast to pay for car repairs, bills, rent, groceries, whatever you need. Plus, Albert can help you find ways to save and give you a custom budget to actually grow your money.
Albert can get me up to $1,000?
Exactly. But they do more than get you up to $1,000. Albert is your financial assistant, helping you budget, save, and spotting you money in a pinch.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code MONEY to get up to $1,000 for your bills, rent, groceries, and more. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code MONEY to get up to $1,000. Use code MONEY to get up to $1,000.
It's 8:49. Good morning. Temperatures warming up as we speak. Starting earlier this morning, both sides of 20. We're in the mid-20s, heading for the mid-40s today. Good idea if you get any ice or snow built up during this kind of a meltdown January thaw thing that's going on. Kind of get that cleaned up because there is snow in the forecast for Saturday night into Sunday morning and during the day coming up this Sunday, so be aware of that. Let's take a look at the weather forecast as we head into the weekend. Compliments of your friends at Dad's 4x Tool and Supply. They have two locations taking care of your needs. Route 5 in St. Johnsbury and also right here in downtown Wells River is where you'll find Dad's.
There's nothing like a nice, bright, sunny March day to make you feel alive. The sugar maples feel the same way, and that's when the sap starts running. Dad's 4x Tool and Supply has propane to fire your backyard sugaring operation, or if you have a bigger operation, we have propane for your finishing pan and canner. Dad's 4x Tool and Supply in St. Johnsbury and Wells River for all your propane needs. We can fill any size tank. And remember, Dad's always got gas.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast: valley fog will thin, a little sun, then thickening clouds, showers developing this afternoon, breezy and mild, highs in the 40s, winds gusting over 35 miles per hour. Tonight, evening rain showers will end, some clearing late, lows in the upper 20s to near 30. Saturday, some morning sun, then thickening clouds, highs in the 30s. I'm meteorologist Mark Breen for WYKR.
All right, Mark, thank you very much. Updated weather brought to you by Dad's 4x Tool and Supply. Here in downtown Wells River, you'll find them next to Wells River Chevrolet, and also Route 5 in St. Johnsbury. You'll be amazed at what Dad's 4x Tool and Supply has to offer you. Glad you could be with us this morning. Steve and John and friends, we began at 6 o'clock this morning, wrapping things up here just a few minutes at 9 o'clock, but all kinds of great music and information still to come your way, as it does 7 days a week, 24 hours a day at your country.